So welcome to your podcast. I'm Arturo, your host, and these are my guests. So let's introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Nadia Cortez and I am from graphic design career.
Hi, my name is Paulina Palacios and I'm also from graphic design.
My name is Roberto. I'm from Industrial Engineering career.
Hi, my name is Alejandro and I'm from development software engineering.
And I'm Arturo. I'm from industrial engineering. So for homework, we search about Russia and what was our thoughts and what are our thoughts now. And let's start. So my thoughts about Russia was that they were cold, they were like rude. I can say that aggressive too. And I think that all was based on TV shows and movies from America that they have a little of hard feelings with Russia. So what do you think?
Well, I also thought that Russian people were like soldiers, like cold and that like all Russia was so cloudy and yeah, like that kind of stuff. And it's interesting because all of these assumptions that we have about Russia comes from movies, and all of that movies comes from the Cold War between the URSS, the
URRS.
URSS, and America. And I think that it's really interesting because yes, this assumption has come from many years ago, and it still become like stereotypes.
Well, I thought something similar to Paul. I really didn't know much about Russia because I've never felt like interested in their culture or something. But something that I heard a lot is that they were like really aggressive people, and also they were afraid of nothing. There's also that I heard a lot, but I actually didn't have kind of like idea of them before the research.
Well, I agree with my co-guests. The perspective of the Russian culture I have is the same. Cold country with cold people, with a lot of soldiers and maybe a dictatorial politic state. But I think the assumptions we make it's because the U.S. government planted those ideas in the Occident because political way since the Soviet era.
Yeah, the thoughts that I have of Russian people was they were rude and they were like they drink vodka and I think that most of the things was because America, but as well for the last years and the conflict that they had with Ukraine,
Yeah.
and made me think they were violent.
Yeah. I think that in general we thought that it's a very aggressive culture just because they are like military active. I'm gonna ask, what do you think now about Russia after the investigation?
Well, I think that like we saw Russian people like old people and stuff like that, and maybe it's real, but it's like it has nothing bad to be like a cold person or like to be serious or like not talk too much. And I think that it's something that we must like understand about other cultures, that they have their own way to be, and it has nothing bad because, well, maybe we're not like that, but they are and they like it. And also, I think that Russian culture is like really beautiful because they have like all of these folklorical elements, and they are like the creators of the folk, and like all of their art culture and like so perfectionist culture, it comes like reflected on their art, and I think it's something really beautiful now that I see it.
Yeah, as process, as I investigated, I could see that their culture, they tend to be really strict with everything they do because they can reach almost the perfection. And other thing that I know now is that they take friendship really serious. I mean, they can be seen as cold because they don't get too open to you at first. You have to earn their friendship. But if you have a Russian friend, you can be sure that it's gonna be a real friend because they don't take those kind of relationships as, for example, here in Mexico. You see your neighbor 2 times and you say, no, it's my friend. They don't do that kind of things. They take it more serious.
Well, now the perspective I have of Russia is that it's a very beautiful country. One example of that is the Red Square they have. It's a very beautiful edification. The people are, I don't know, maybe here in Mexico we trust very easily in others, but in other places like Russia, you have to win their trust, their confidence, so they can even smile to you. So I think that's like, it's different from us, but it's I mean, personally, it's something to admire from them.
Yeah, my thoughts now, my point of view of them now is that they had a very big culture and they had a lot of history. They are very interesting and yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's a very rich culture, and it's not a like a army country. Yeah, they are military active, but that don't means that all the time and they are in war. It's a very rich culture about the past and about now. If you have the pleasure to talk with Russian, you can see that it's a very interesting culture about costumes, about traditions, and I think that can be related with us. I mean that we have a lot of things that the other countries think that is not true. We make a search, yeah, we take a look about that, and what do you find about our own stereotypes?
Well, for example, I've heard a lot from American people. They think all Mexicans have like this mustache, and that we all wear like, or I don't know how's it called, the Mexican hat, kind of like that one that appears in, I think the movie is Despicable Me. That within the
Yeah, the
Nacho.
Nacho sombrero.
And also that our country is poor, we don't have money, we don't like to work, we're lazy. Also about like, well, yeah, every time you see like a Mexican person in movies or series, they're always like something dumb, and they're also have always like that kind of like a brown skin tone, And well, that's not true. For example, we're not well, we are a poor country, but that doesn't mean we don't have money as they think. Our houses doesn't look like in movies, and of course we don't wear the same. We wear pretty much
Normal clothes.
in normal clothes, but almost in every country people wears.
Yeah, I think that well, many of these assumptions that people have, like I didn't have to investigate a lot because it's something that you grow with, and it's really sad and frustrating because people in another countries think things that from Mexico that maybe they're not like bad, like being have a brown skin tone, but it's like why do you say that in a bad way? It's like we're not lazy and we're not like super poor. Well, maybe part of the population is in extreme poverty, but it's like I don't know. It's really sad.
Oh, we have a little battery problems, so we're back. Yeah.
Yes, I was saying that it is really important, like investigate about another cultures because I don't like when people take bad assumptions about my culture, and I think yeah, it's really frustrating that people do that.
Yes, for example, I in my case in secondary school, I had a Germany classmate, and it was very frustrating to explain everything because he had another idea, a very bad idea about Mexico and Mexicans, and even that he was seeing and living here, they couldn't believe or he couldn't stop making very bad jokes about our culture and our people.
Yeah, and for example, with me, it happened when I traveled to the United States. When I entered a shop, the guards keep looking at me, and I feel very weird and uncomfortable.
So we all can agree that stereotypes obviously are bad, and I can see that the stereotypes from all cultures are bad and are similar because like Russians are cold, are bad people and are rude. We are in a stereotype way. We are happy, we are dumb, and we are intelligent for like robbery. We all are stereotyped by things that the past, like Russians by the Cold War, or us. I don't know why I think that. And for conclusion, I think that first of all, stereotypes are bad, and Russian people are a culture that have a lot of potential to learn and comprehend that. So, what do you think?
Just to add a little bit more to,
Yeah.
to your conclusion, I think it's really important for us to, as we did, for you to make a little research after you have like a concrete opinion about a country or a certain culture, because
Sorry, I got a call and they cut again the video. So, and your your
so
opinion.
as I was saying, we should research more before having a strong opinion about a culture or a country or certain persons, because we can just not judge before knowing. So that's important to not take stereotypes as real things.
Anyone have an opinion?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm in the same position.
So I think that that's all. I hope that you enjoy about this podcast, and that's it. So goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.